We're recording.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul Vnuk from Recording Magazine. Welcome to our latest video review. Today we're taking a look at the Fireface UCX II from RME, which I also review in the November 2021 issue of Recording Magazine. Based in Heimhausen, Germany, RME started by building PCI-based digital interface cards back in 1996. Now, 25 years later, RME has expanded its line to include great-sounding digital audio converters and interfaces with some of the most rock-solid drivers in the business. The latest entry is the RME Fireface UCX II, a half-rack-sized audio interface that, through a combination of analog and digital wizardry, can accommodate 40 channels of high-fidelity audio over USB. Over the years, Recording Magazine has reviewed many of the changing faces of RME, from Firefaces to baby faces. Darwin Gross introduced us to the original Fireface UCX back in the May 2012 issue, calling it a greatest hits collection of RME's best work. The new Fireface UCX II retains the size and functionality of the original, but significantly updated, with more channels, better sonics, and a snazzy new layout. The UCX II is housed in an RME standard half-rack enclosure. Thanks to the addition of a full-color LCD screen, the UCX II has more in common with the RME ADI2 Pro FSR than the previous UCX model. The optional RME ARC USB remote is still available and works great with the UCX II. The display defaults to peak RMS metering for every channel, clocking info, and the main output level. A push-button stepped rotary encoder and 4 function buttons labeled Mic Gain, Record Play, Channel Mix, and Setup Reverb help menu dive and adjust parameters. These controls allow you to set up the digitally controlled microphone preamps and input channels, control the main and headphone output levels, adjust mix routings, determine clock settings, and alter the reverb, delay, and more. Most tweaks are made with just the push-button rotary encoder, which can be a little bit vintage iPod-esque, meaning it can be a little bit frustrating until you develop your muscle memory. Of course, you can also adjust most everything on the UCX II in greater detail with the excellent RME TotalMix FX software app. Just like the original, the front of the UCX II contains a pair of combo jacks for microphone and line input, 2 additional TRS line inputs, and a 1/4-inch headphone output. 4 additional 1/4-inch balanced line inputs are located on the back, along with 6 balanced line outputs. As a bonus, the DC-coupled outputs can accommodate control voltage and gate signals. This way, you can easily bridge the gap between virtual modular synths, DAWs, and their CV-equipped hardware counterparts. The UCX II also contains traditional 5-pin MIDI in and out. For digital connections, there's a pair of ADAT optical ports, BNC word clock, and both stereo AES and SPDIF on an included multi-pin breakout cable. This gives the UCX II a total of 20 inputs and 20 outputs, 16 analog and 24 digital. Finally, there is a USB port, a locking 18-volt DC socket for use with the included external power adapter, and a USB port labeled DUREC. The RME DUREC feature allows for direct, standalone multi-track recording of each of the unit's channels to a FAT32 formatted thumb drive or external hard drive. DUREC turns the UCX II into an ultra-portable, full-scale, multi-track recording device that fits easily in a backpack and means you can leave your computer at home. It records its files to an Interleaved broadcast wave file, which means that you will need to use RME's own multi-channel batch processor to convert the files for use in your DAW. You can learn more about it at RME's website, but all in all, the process is really painless. As a matter of fact, I'm recording all the audio for this video direct through DUREC to the UCX II. The UCX II can handle digital audio rates of up to 24,192, and it now makes use of the RME SteadyClock FS technology, which ensures perfect jitter reduction and stable clocking both when clocked internally or externally. The SteadyClock FS technology achieves jitter reduction at levels that can be measured in femtoseconds. Now, I have zero clue what a femtosecond is, but according to RME, it's this number. Additionally, the UCX II features onboard DSP, and we need to take a moment to talk about TotalMix. TotalMix FX was one of the very first software-controlled, DSP-based mixing apps ever. It offers latency-free, hardware mixer-style routing and control over every available channel in the UCX II. This includes preamp functions like phantom power and levels, DSP-based filters, EQ, and dynamics on every channel, plus internal reverb and effects. This processing can be used during tracking or mixdown with internal loopback functions, but that's a bit beyond the scope of this video review. Lucky for us, RME has a TotalMix FX Beginner's Guide tutorial series on its homepage. The bottom line for an audio interface, of course, is how does it sound? Now, beyond listening to me talk to you for the last 4 or 5 minutes, to answer that question, we traveled to Chicago, where jazz singer Alyssa Allgood and jazz guitarist Kenny Reichert were kind enough to sing and play for us. Let's give a listen.
There is no greater love than what I feel for you. No greater love, no heart so true. There is no greater thrill than what you bring to me. No sweeter song than what you sing to me. You're the sweetest thing I have ever known, and to think that you are mine alone. There is no greater love in all the world, it's true. No greater love than what I feel for you. There is no greater love than what I feel for you. No greater love, no heart so true. There is no greater thrill than what you bring to me. No sweeter song than what you sing to me. You're the sweetest thing I have ever known, and to think that you are mine alone. There is no greater love in all the world, it's true. No greater love than what I feel for you. There is no greater love than what I feel for you.
I want to thank both Alyssa and Kenny for singing and playing for us. That was awesome, guys, and it shows off just what a great sounding, powerful audio interface the UCX II is for both studio and remote recording tasks. The two onboard preamps are on the transparent and neutral side and hold their own with many similar standalone models. The digital conversion is equally clean and transparent, and it's painless to add an ADAT-equipped 8-channel preamp or expansion box, as well as your favorite stereo digital devices, making the UCX II an expandable powerhouse of a unit with a surprisingly small footprint. Often, when I hear about and review 8-channel analog interfaces that profess higher channel counts like 40, I'm often skeptical that these expanded channel counts are anything more than market speak, or something that, at the end of the day, most of us will probably never use. Yet, on the UCX II, it all makes sense and comes together in a great-sounding, easy-to-use, highly versatile audio interface. and I love how simply it can do standalone multi-track recording. If you'd like to learn more about the ins and the outs of the RME UCX II, stop by rme-usa.com. Also, be sure to check out my review in the November 2021 issue of Recording Magazine. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us the thumbs up below, and better yet, subscribe to Recording's YouTube page for additional video reviews, product comparisons, how-to videos, and more. Then, stop by recordingmag.com for the best in all things recording, where you can subscribe to our print publication, which is now in its 35th year. Also, be sure to check out the Recording Podcast on your favorite streaming service. I'm Paul Vnuk. We'll see you soon.